Last Sunday we studied verse 38 in the second chapter. It is a dividing line between the previous verses and the verses that are yet to come. Sukha-dukhe same krutva radha-radho jaya-deyo tato-yutthayi yujyasva naivam papam avacchati. I took occasion to expound this slogan not just for Arjuna in that battlefield, but for all of us in our day-to-day life and work. A measure of civilization within the mind is needed for effective work. Frenzy is not a good accompaniment of efficient work. Calm, silent, steady work is what brings about common results. One lesson we have to learn. People who jump about and shout about, they are not efficient at all. Those who work silently, they don't know how to work. The whole teaching of the Gita, this subject is coming. Work, how to work efficiently. This subject is coming. That immediately brings up this idea of the mind. What is the state of the mind? Unless it is a little calm and quiet, great work cannot be done. Just emotional effervescence is not efficiency. It all disappears in no time. So Krishna is giving us an initial teaching, a measure of stability within the mind. We have the capacity to bring it about. We have to exercise that capacity. So, mind is always going up and down, left, right, going on like that. That mind has to be stabilized a little. An inner stabilization. Some weeks ago, I quoted the famous French physiologist who said, "A fixed interior milieu is the condition for the free life." That's the statement. A fixed interior milieu. That alone can give you free life. So a stabilization, out of which will come tremendous energy, tremendous response to the human situation. People who make noise and shout, they are not efficient workers. Today in India, there is so much of noise, there is so much of shouting at the time of work. That shows only we are not good workers. We are not efficient. Simply excitement, nothing else. The Gita really teaches the distinction between noisy and showy type of work and calm, silent, steady, efficient work. Long ago when I was in Delhi, when you had just this auto rickshaw had been introduced at that time, the new species of vehicle at that time. Such a noise it makes, and I thought it must be a wonderful thing. Let me also get it. I got it. And it was really the jogging, shaky movement all the time. Big noise, but the speed was only 12 miles per hour. But the noise is terrible. Then only we could see later on a first-class motor car, high horsepower, moving at 70-80, has traveled also 106 miles per hour, absolutely calm and quiet. The machine is efficient, therefore it doesn't make noise, it doesn't jump about. It is the nature of a man also similarly. When he is not efficient, he makes noise, he shouts, he is full of frenzy. When he gets tremendous inner strength, he becomes calm and steady and turns out more work than the other person. That is the one lesson we as a people have to learn. To become great workers, changing the world around us in the right way. That is called creative work. That subject is coming in this great teaching of second and third chapter. Third chapter is called Karma Yoga, the great yoga of action. So, in this first warning is given to us, try to keep the mind as calm and balanced as possible. Some great thing is coming out of it. Not only the good work there, but your inner penetration towards your own true nature also needs that wonderful calmness and balance of mind. Earlier we have discussed the concept of homeostasis, that the body has got a thermal equilibrium. Nature keeps it in the later mammals for survival. So, sun may be hot, body temperature remains constant. It may be cold, body temperature is constant. That is what we achieve. That's called homeostatic condition. Out of that only, nature could develop the human brain, the cerebral system. After getting this kind of stability in the physical organism, nature evolved the higher organism, namely the brain. Its full function is to take man to freedom, emancipation, says the neurologist Grey Water. For mammals all, homeostasis meant survival. But for man it means emancipation. What wonderful idea. Nature has given us one type of homeostasis, namely physical. The body has got homeostasis. The bloodstream has a constancy of oxygen or various other components. In working disturbed, it automatically restores itself. So also temperature automatically restores itself. This automatic stabilization of the inner system is known as homeostasis. So nature says to man, I have given you a physical homeostasis. You achieve a psychic homeostasis for yourself by your own efforts. For which I am giving you this wonderful cerebral system. That background must be kept in view when you study this verse. Suvaruthe Samaya Gutva Labha Labho Diyadeyo Tado Yutthayi Yujjasva Naivam Pavam Avapchati. Enter into work in the battle of life with this calm attitude, balanced attitude, that you will achieve great results. Now come to the next verse, 39. Keshate Adhita Sankhye Buddhir Yoge Timanshano Buddhya Yukto Yaya Partha Karmabandham Prahasyasi. He says, till now I have been speaking to you about the Sankhya Yoga, means Jnana Yoga. This world is unreal. The Atma alone is real. In that transcendental state, we will realize this Atman. This world is a world of passing shadows. That kind of teaching was given in Jnana Yoga, and Krishna was telling Arjuna. All this on the basis of that teaching of Jnana Yoga. Now he says, Desate Abhita Sankhye. Till now, I have now told you about the approach of the Sankhya Yoga. But now you hear the other yoga, Buddhi Yoga. I am going to speak to you the yoga of action, yoga of endeavor, out of which also you achieve spirituality. So he says, Deshate Abhita Sankhye Yogi Buddhi Arjuna. This is what I have told you. Now I am going to tell you this new philosophy. How can work lead us to spiritual realization? And if you are to work, you must know what the work is real. People whom you deal with are real. If you know the world is unreal, there is no fun for work. In fact, they have been taught this idea of world is being unreal. And yet we have to work there. And our work will show absolute unconcern, half-minded work. Most people when they work, they are half sleeping. They have no interest in the work around, you will find, except for very individual personal reasons. That kind of activity, energy, you look like a man is digging, he is just lifting, half sleeping, and then doing like that. That kind of thing has to change. But it came. Why? Because this philosophy was spread through various channels to the people. Esa dunya juta hai. There is nothing in it. You remain your own self. That teaching was taught. Without putting all aspects of the teaching, we became distorted in psyche. First of all, self-centered, unconcerned for others, no kind of interest in people around you, children, women, men, and you see shadows. They are not real. This kind of philosophy was deep into the mind. The result is our human relations became surplus, unconcerned. In a great teacher, a great spiritual sadhana, we should not do that harm. But the millions of people, the result was a dried apart. No concern for others. It's just the same. And politically speaking, whether we are in bondage or politically free, it is just the same. That attitude also came in politics. That is why it is strong medicine for most of us. It is not to be taken easily. So Krishna is telling now, Eshate abhita buddhi sankhye yoge timashano. Now I am telling you about yoga buddhi. Till now I told you sankhya buddhi. Then what is the result of this yoga buddhi? Buddhya yukto yeya partha karma bandham prahasyati. If you develop this buddhi, yoga buddhi, one day result will come. You can continue to work. You can handle the world, handle other human beings. In and through all this, you will become free. All bondages will be destroyed. Buddhya yukto yeya partha karma bandham. Action produces bondage. If you do it ignorantly, it must be a bondage. But this yoga buddhi will help you to perform actions and yet not have any bondage at all. Achieve that freedom. With Jnana Yoga he gets the same freedom you will also get, but you will be a warm-hearted person, deeply interested in the world around you. You will be doing great good to the people, to society. So this is the new philosophy Krishna is pointing to Arjuna and to all of us. We have not expressed it in our life and action all these thousands of years. This is the age in which we can do so, and we need it. Our whole system in India needs transformation. It comes only from hard work, work with dedication, work with great sense of human urgency. So that philosophy is very, very important for us and also in all parts of the world as well. So he said, Buddhya yukto yeya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. You are afraid of action, that it may create bondage. I am assuring you, if you take this yoga buddhi, no bondage will come. You will be doing great work, but no bondage will accrue from work. That is the philosophy which can bless every human being. Most of us cannot give up work, so most of us will be in bondage. Why should it be so? All of us can be in work as well as get freedom from bondage. That is its universal relevance. Buddhya yukto yeya partha karma bandham prahasyati. Karma bandham. Bandham, bondage arising from karma. And you will destroy it. Prahasyati. Karma will remain. Bandha will go. That's not what we do. It's a great teaching for all people. Then he gives a beautiful characteristic of this path. What is that? Yes. Neha vikramanaashosti pratyavayo na vidyate sarpamatyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhaya. Neha vikramanaashosti. In this great path of yoga buddhi, there is no fear of any unfinished attempt. You do something, you leave it due to certain circumstances. When you come next to it, you have to start ABCD once again. Many things in life belong to that category. But in this case, there is no such trouble. The rituals you do, you finish a ritual half. When you return, you cannot continue the next half. You must start from ABC once again. Similarly, also many things in life. But in this path, there is something humiliating. You do what you can, Then after some time, you could continue, come back again from where you left off, continue further, what they call cumulative development. In fact, that's the nature of character. Character development is always cumulative. You did something, you built up character, then you had other things to do, you forgot all about it, came back again it is going on. That's the meaning of this wonderful slogan, Neha Adhikramanashosti and Pratyavayo na vidyate. There is no evil resulting from some mistake in the action. Pratyavaya na vidyate. Then comes a tremendous assurance. Svalpamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhaya. Even a little of this dharma, this philosophy, will save us from great fear. Character development is not just in one day. We go on doing it, slowly build up a beautiful character, a strong character. It takes time. And so, cumulatively, you are building up a wonderful character with tremendous resource to impact upon the world outside. So, Neha Adhikramanashosti. In all character development, there is no Adhikramanasha. Whatever is yours. You have other activities to do, you forgot all about it, but you come back and start from where you are. Just like a man building a house. It has got 100,000 rupees as the estimate. I have only 10,000. So I lay the foundation, build up the first plinth, then money is exhausted, let it remain. It is good for you. It will be well stabilized. Later on again I got 10,000. I built it up still further. Then further money came. In this way, through many stages, building becomes completed. This is what is called character development, and this particular development of character has one wonderful quality. It makes you strong. It makes you fearless. It makes you compassionate. Makes you one with all. Therefore, even a little of this dharma will save us from great fear. Svalpamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhaya. Krishna's teaching is, it is not all or nothing. Even a little is better than nothing. As much as you can to take from my teaching. Build up your own life and character as much as you can. Don't depress yourself. Oh, that man has done so much. I don't have that strength, so I shall do nothing. That's not a correct attitude. That man has done according to his strength. You do according to your strength. Step by step, inch by inch, build up your great character and personality by handling this psychophysical energy system that is within you. Out of this energy, you are going to produce a remarkable product. That's called Buddhi, Buddhi Yoga, Yoga Buddhi. That's called a luminous point within the system. That's called Buddhi. That is to be evolved out of the same material. The tremendous practical chemistry we do within the human system. We convert the whole body into a laboratory. There, slowly evolving this Buddhi. Buddhi is pure intelligence, pure will, and all emotions also mixed with it in a beautiful harmony. That is Buddhi, the greatest instrument of human development. Reason, imagination, and will, they function together in Buddhi. That's what we need. And the Gita is going to tell us again and again the greatness of Buddhi. So many places you will find Buddha Sharanam Vichya. Try to evolve Buddhi within yourself. With that Buddhi, you will achieve everything. Buddhi is essentially reason, but not dry intellectual reason. Reason which has been reinforced by emotion, by feeling. All motivation comes from emotion and feeling, not from intellect. And then comes the power of impact, will. So when you combine all the three, you get a wonderful instrument of human development. That's called Buddhi. A student in school and college studies various things, but the ultimate result of all study should be evolution of that Buddhi. that buddhi must come. Then great things will come for oneself as well as for others. So, sarvamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahatodhaya. Even a little of this dharma will save us from great fear. If a patient goes to a doctor examines and tells the patient, you must take 1 liter of milk every day for your health. Doctor, I don't have that much money to take every day 1 liter of milk. All right, then take half a liter every day, he will say. Then finally, 1/4 liter. Take even a little, it is good for you. That's the nature of that teaching. As much as you take, that much is good for you. If I can't take 1 liter, I should take no milk at all. That's not correct. So, sarvamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahatodhaya. And then, what is the nature of that buddhi that you develop here? A unified psychic energy system. Vyavasayatmaka buddhi ekesha purunandana bhushakha sanandasya buddhayo avyavasayinam. One is called Vyavasayi, the other is called Avyavasayi. Vyavasaya means endeavor, effort, tremendous determination. All that is called Vyavasaya. The opposite is Avyavasaya. Here, Vyavasayatmika buddhi. In this buddhi yoga philosophy, there is a Vyavasayatmika buddhi, a buddhi of tremendous determination. Vyavasaya means determination, tremendous effort, all that is included in that. That is what you get, and that is 1, not 2 or 3, multiple. The whole energy has been organized and unified. Organization and unification. Both have been done. Look at the human body. What diversity is there in the human body? From the cell up to the biggest organs in the system. Everything is so diverse, and yet it's a perfect unification. Everything works for everything else. Therefore, differentiation, integration, as Bhagavad will say, evolution proceeded through differentiation and integration. Similarly, when we build up our inner life, the same thing must happen. Differentiation and tremendous integration. That integration is what is mentioned here. Ekesha purunandana. The Vyavasayatmika buddhi is only one in this school of yoga, philosophy. But in ordinary life, Bahushakha Anantascha Buddhayo Avyavasayina. Those who are Avyavasayis, without that kind of determination, their minds function in a scattered way. There is no energy developed within the system. Everything is scattered. Mind has 2 states. One is a scattered state, the other is gathered state. In all yoga teaching, they speak of a gathered state. How to gather all this energy? Normal life, mind is scattered in 1,000 things. Therefore, it has not that energy. So, Krishna is telling in this Karma Yoga, philosophy of action, we have to develop that type of buddhi, unified buddhi. It's a wonderful idea, because in the other state, Bhushakha, Anantascha, Buddhayo, Avyavasayina, their mind is scattered in 1,000 things. There is no energy developed out of it. This is what we have to do here. So, this yoga brings before us the idea of man developing a unity within himself, a psychic unity. It's not scattered here and there. Everything is brought under a beautiful vision, a unifying vision, and that mind we have to capture and develop within ourselves. This is the basis of healthy philosophy of life and human development. Bhushakha, Anantascha, you can see every day minds of people full of scattered energy. It is not that intact because there is no unification of energy. Great minds like Gandhi keeper is born. There is a tremendous unification of energy in his mind. You have one mind only, not 2 or 3. And that mind works this side, this side, 1,000 things, but mind is one. He has integrated the entire psychic energy within the individual, and the power of impact of such a person is tremendous. So we also must develop that kind of a capacity. Let it not be scattered in a thousand things. Bhumshakha Tamantascha Buddhayo Abhyasayana. Whenever the rays are scattered, they cannot penetrate. When the rays are concentrated, then it can penetrate the body in an X-ray, for example. Similarly, you won't mind the same. In all education, whether it is institutional or non-institutional, this one must go on. How to unify my psychic energy? How to give it the power of impact, the power of penetration? That is my work. Nobody else needs even see it at all. They will see the result of it. In the wonderful way in which I handle the world around me. So that is the basis of our human education. Not reading some textbook and passing examination. That is only the outside part of education. The very inner part is this development of the mind, making it of this nature. Devasayatmika buddhi, ekeha gurunandana, doshakha anantascha, buddhayo avyavasayana. Says, the next sloka of it says, these are wonderful words, we consider to be remarkable words. Yavanatha udapane says, no, earlier, Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravanti avipaschitaha. Those who are scattered minds, they run after all sorts of pleasures, earthly, heavenly, enter into all sorts of rituals and ceremonies based upon some teachings in the Vedas regarding rituals. On that subject, Krishna is telling here, those who are involved in such things, they can never develop this Vivasayatmika buddhi, is going to say. So in the Shloka, he says, Yamimam pushpitam vacham parvatanti avipashchitaha. That type of people who are avipashchitaha, without wisdom, without understanding, they speak flowery language in the name of religion, in the name of man's inner life. Pushpitam vacham. Vedavadavata partha. They always quote the Vedas, discuss about what the Vedas say. Here Vedas means the karmakanda, the action, ritualistic section of the Vedas, which promise you heaven. Do all this, sacrifice, ritual, you will go to heaven. They are captured by that attitude, kamatmana, full of desires. I want this, I want that. Similarly, Swargapada, you want to go into a heaven. Many religions have this heaven philosophy. Janma Dharma Phala Pradhana. Result is birth, death, and all these things. Nothing else will come to you thereby. Kriya Vishesha Bhagwan, Bhogeshwari Gadim Prati. Various rituals are there only to get pleasure in the end. Whether earthly or heavenly. Bhogeshwarya Prasattamana Daya Abhauta Chedasam. Those whose minds are captivated by the Bhogeshwaryas, what happens to them? Vyavasaya Tika Buddhi Pamadha Na Idiyate. That buddhi which can take you to the highest spiritual realization will not come to them at all. Their buddhi is always scattered in 1,000 streams of desires and ambitions, etc. This is a strong criticism of the Vedas in their ritualistic position. In the Upanishads also, that kind of ritualism of the Vedas has been criticized. Here also the same criticism, because what is needed is character. What is needed is spiritual development and compassion for people around you. None of these will come through such hedonistic philosophies of pleasure in the earth as well as in heaven. Having said this, Krishna is telling us an assessment of the Vedas, which you will find only in this Sanatana Dharma tradition. Every tradition speaks of its own scripture, the highest language. In this Hindu tradition, even though we revere the Vedas, we do not give it the highest status. It is always secondary. They do not contain truth. They contain only information regarding truth. That's where Ramakrishna puts it in our time. He said in the Hindu Panchanga or Almanac, it is forecast that so many inches of rain will be there this year. But if you take the almanac and squeeze it, you won't get a drop of water. Similarly, in the Vedas, so many beautiful things are said, including realizing God, the Atman, etc. But squeeze the Vedas, you won't get any such thing. Squeeze your own experience, then only you will get the truth. So, study what the Vedas have to say, then leave them aside, try to realize the truth, what is mentioned in the Vedas. That attitude came very early in our history. In the Upanishads, Bhagavad, the oldest Upanishads, it is said that Vedo Avedo Bhavati. When you realize the truth, the Vedas cease to be of any value to you. Vedo Avedo Bhavati. Vedas becomes no Veda at the stage of realization. What a beautiful idea. In no other religion you will find this bold statement. Go beyond the Bible, go beyond the Quran. Nobody will say, though these things are valid, but they have died also. They have been crucified for that saying. Only in India, the stress is use the Vedas, use the scriptures to understand what they say, but try to realize the truth for yourself. Experience is much higher than merely what is contained in the book. Therefore, in spite of our profound respect for the Vedas, we are taught that we have to go beyond the Vedas. That is the sloka Krishna is now uttering before us in verse 45. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirbandho Nitya Sattvatho Yoga Kshema Atmavam. What a revolutionary statement. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Vedas deal with the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. But you, Arjuna, Nistraigunya Bhava. You go beyond the three gunas. That means you go beyond the Vedas also. Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Nirbandho, beyond all dualities, like heat and cold, rocket and law, they are called dualities. Nirbandho, Nitya Sattvatho, established ever in the pure sattva of the nature, Nidyoga Kshema, without any caring for your own survival, you are beyond the survival philosophy. Atmavam, ever self-possessed, that kind of achievement you must get beyond, going beyond the Vedas, beyond the scriptures. The experience of the truth is to expound for you and me. So here, this Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Every spiritual teacher in India will say, take the book, use the meaning given there, try to realize the truth for yourself later on. Don't simply hang on to the book all the time. This has been very well expressed by Vidyaranya, who was in the Vijayanagara Empire in the 14th century, in a famous verse of his book Panchadashi. How do we handle a spiritual book? There he says, Grantham Abhyasya Medhavi Jnana Vijnana Tatvara Paladamiva Harnyati Tere Grantham Asheshata. Like a person who is in such a wise, he takes paddy, husks it, throws the husk away and takes the rice to cook and eat. Similarly, the Medhavi, the intelligent person, first will study the books, Grantham Abhyasya Medhavi, study all the books what you have to do. Then Your object is not become a scholar. Jnana Vijnana Tattara. You want to achieve knowledge and realization. So what will you do? After achieving whatever is contained in the books, try to realize it for yourself. Again, Grantham Achayashataha. Throw away all books. They have no value at all. So Ramakrishna said, a person wrote a letter to his relative village son. When you come to the village, please bring so much cloth and so much of sweets. And he missed the letter. The whole house started searching for the letter. The letter has come, I couldn't read it, by the time it is lost. So the whole house searched in great difficulty, rediscovered the letter. Then they read, bring this, then you return to the village. After knowing it, they throw the letter away, went to the shop to get the things that I mentioned there. What's the use of keeping the letter? The main thing is to get the things there. So similarly, whatever is contained in sacred books are to be realized. Then the books have no value. Vedas, Grantham, Ashayashataha. That has been the attitude in India, and all districts and all religions are like the same. When they become experiential, why do they want books? When they take religion as an experiment, they don't need a book. So, in the 6th chapter, Krishna will say also later on, Vijñāsana yogasya Shabda Brahma Adivastate. Even when you become an inquirer in the nature of spiritual life, you go beyond the purview of books. You don't need further. Only to understand, you read the books. Now you are an experimenter, not really a student of books, you see. So, when you become an experimenter, the control of books on you will become reduced more and more. So, Nirvandho, Nitya Sattvasto, Nityogakshema, Atmavam, completely self-possessed, Nirvikam, without any anxiety, worry. You have established yourself in the strength of the Atman within you. This is what we have to achieve. Books are secondary, realization is primary. There is a constant emphasis in this Sanatana Dharma tradition. Sadhana and Anubhava. Two things. Scholarship has no meaning at all. It has only an initial help, nothing more than that. So, when you achieve that state, what type of achievement is it? There are very profound words comes here at this particular context. Verse 46. Yavanartha Budapane Sarvara Santutodate Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata. That person, that spiritual seeker who has realized the truth, what do these Vedas mean to him? Then he gives an example. Here is the huge reservoir of water up to the brim. Yavanartha Budapane Sarvata Samrudodake. Everywhere water up to the very brim in the lake. You are sitting nearby. Now, are you going to dig a well for a little water? Just rest your hands, so much water is around you. Similarly, when a man has realized the Atman, the Vedas become that much help to him, just like a well for a man sitting near a big lake. That is the example that is given. Yavanartha Udapani Sarvata Samrudodake. Everywhere water. Tremendous, what we call a big lake full of it. Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata. The man who knows this truth, the spiritual seeker, he will think the Vedas from that point of view. Just like a well, digging a well for a little water. When there is water all around you, then just press the hand and get it. So this is how an example is given by Krishna in this context. The effort towards spiritual realization takes you more and more beyond the control of books. Books are good to begin with, elementary, not all the time. Mere scholarship is not religion, it's not spirituality. Krishna always said, scholars without that spiritual inclination and practice, they become like vultures soaring high up in the sky, but their attention is always on the dead bodies on the earth. That's the nature of mere scholarship, without discrimination, without spiritual courage within. Mere scholarship is never rated high in our tradition. Similarly, in verse 47, Krishna expounds a beautiful idea considered to be central to the teaching of this philosophy of Buddhi, Yoga Buddhi, philosophy of Karma Yoga. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu vadasana ma karmapara hedabhuhu ma desangos praparmani. To work, you have the right. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. To work alone, you have the right. Not the fruits of the work, not phala. But then, if I don't get phala, where should I work at all? If you say so, no. Continue to work. This is ma karma para hedabhuhu. Don't work always looking for the fruit that is to come out of it. And in the end he says, ma desangos praparmani. Don't resort to inaction because I am not going to get anything out of it. This is the fourth proposition combined slokas. First, we have the right to work only, not the fruits. Don't work after the fruits and don't remain inactive. This is a very important verse which can create a lot of misunderstanding in people also. How can we work without looking for the fruits? They ask the question. It's a very profound statement here. I have seen students sometimes when they hear this kind of slogan, they see only the surface statement that is there. So, when gardening work is going on, I was a warden at the hospital, and the students said they were all working in the garden, producing flowers and fruits. To what we have the right, the fruits will go to the Swamiji. Making fun. So one day I gave them a talk, I said, yes, this is meaning, something deeper than that. So all of us need a little exposition of this wonderful verse, which is considered to be central to the teaching of the Gita. Mahatma Gandhi wrote his book, Anasakti Yoga, Yoga of non-attachment. Non-attachment to the fruit of work, that's the meaning of Anasakti. Asakti, attachment. Anasakti, non-attachment. That's the teaching that is given here. So, when you ask this question, what is the nature of my work? And the fruits coming out of the work, to whom do they belong? You will find more light coming on this particular verse. I am not alone in this world. Whatever work I do, I take the fruit of it, forget everything else. That cannot be done. We belong to a world. There are other people also there. We have to share whatever they have with everybody else. So a little detachment is needed from the work that is my work and everything belongs to me. That attitude has to go. The infinite world is around us. We cannot do without it. We cannot become human without the human world around us. How much we owe to the world around us. If you cut yourself away from society, you become a nobody. Therefore, this idea of work, which keeps in front of this idea of social welfare, human development, and only one aspect of the fruit of work that comes out of my efforts. Other aspects also must be considered. So detachment from what? Detachment from the ego. The little ego that is self-centered. In every one of us, where they focus the ego. Aham, I want it, everything is there. Until we learn to say you, we are not developed at all. Absolutely raw ego in all of us. So, when this little I expands, it finds its oneness with everybody else. Then I will never say everything belongs to me only. We will learn to say we in place of I. That's a tremendous development in every human being. So, today we study this ego within man is a remarkable data which has been thrown up in evolution only at the stage of man. In animals, there is no ego. The chimpanzee has no ego. No thing, being in the world other than man has this ego. It's a wonderful new danger. Modern science did not worry about the subject till now. It was worried about the world outside, penetrate into it, try to get the energy hidden there and make for a better civilization. That's all that they were thinking. Now as thought is advanced, the center of study has become man. And in man, that profound nature, the ego, the little I, what does it mean? It was not there in any animal. It's not there even in a newborn baby. After about 2 to 2.5 years, you find the child can say, I want this, I want this. Till then it will say, this wants it, this wants it, because this will remain. But a time comes when little manifestation of this ego appears in man. A profound danger that being realized today by neurology in the West, as we have realized long ago in the Vedanta, the significance of that little focus called I. In neurology we treat it as initial danger. It's not a final stage, just beginning, just like a small sprout, that's called the ego. It has to go a long way in development. That is the whole subject of Jnana Marga, development of Atma-jnana, and all the teachings of the Gita coming out of it. Therefore, this subject is to be treated as a profound subject, and I am glad to find for the last 60-70 years in the West they have been turning their attention to this wonderful subject of the ego, what is in man. In the study of modern biology, especially the philosophical implications of modern biology, the book is called The Science of Life, written over 1920s also by H.G. Wells, E.P. Wells and Julian Huxley. You find a wonderful passage dealing with this status of the I in evolution, where they say, alone and in the silence of the night and on a score of thoughtful occasions we have demanded that can this I, which is so central to my universe, which is so possessive of the world, never cease to be, and yet every night when we go to sleep, this ego disappears, and we do not know by what stages it comes to the awareness of its own existence the next day. Let the authors continue. Personality centered in the ego may be one of nature's devices. Remember the language, may be one of nature's devices, a convenient, provisional delusion of considerable strategic value in evolution. Ego is a strategic value in evolution. It is a provisional delusion. Don't treat it as a final state. You have to develop it, you have to expand it. Some great work has to be done. That is the work that the Upanishads did ages ago. Handling this I, how to make it grow into its own true dimension. What is now the ego is with us is a very small bit, a promise of big things to come. That philosophy has to be kept in view when we handle this great slogan. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karmafala hetu ma desamyostu aparmani. If I am satisfied to stay at the level of this little ego which has just sprouted in me and I don't care at all to make it grow, then this yoga has no meaning. But if you want to see the further extensions and advancement of this ego, what are the new dimensions that will come, then this yoga becomes the opening of a gate to the highest development of man. And so we have to ask this question, what is this ego that appears in me? I possess the world through this ego and the center of the world. That's what we all see. Even a child, when the ego develops in it, he becomes the center of the world. All of us are dancing around that child. Very soon the child has to change that attitude. Find a place for others also. But the ego has to expand, to grow. The whole philosophy of this ego development, expansion into its own infinite dimension. That is what is called Vedanta. In no other part of the world of this subject so thoroughly discussed, so thoroughly studied and expounded, and we are glad to find great neurologists and physicists today handling the subject almost on identical lines, slowly going closer and closer to what Vedanta had said about this little ego within us, treating it as an initial datum, just like a rock on water. A little hits of a rock you find, and the child will say, that little rock is there. The father will say, it's a big rock, much of it is under water, only a little is above the water level. Similarly, to the sensory vision of man, ego is a tiny entity. But if you know its depth, something infinite, that is the great teaching Upanishads give. In that light only, we can understand this verse and many other verses coming hereafter, where we have the Chandogya teaching, Tat-Tvamasi, Tat-Tvamasi. You are that, you are that. You are not this tiny little ego. You are not this tiny little self which you consider yourself to be. You are that infinite one. Tat-Tvamasi, Tat-Tvamasi is a profound teaching of the Upanishads. It is attracting the minds of biologists and physicists in the Western world because it is a truth about man. We never knew it. So when you keep this background, then study this verse, a new meaning comes. I don't want to live at this initial level. Just like a baby doesn't want to remain a baby. He wants to grow. Similarly, ego is like a baby. Why should they remain always as a baby? Some of the egoistic people's language is the baby's language. You can find it in your own society. The baby's language is I. So also many big people, they also talk I all the time. They do not know the extent of their own wonderful self. They know it only as the initial datum. They never understood anything further. And it creates great tension, great suffering for oneself as well as for others. So there is need for probing into the infinite dimension of the little ego that appears to us at the age of 2.5 onwards. That is the subject of Atma-jnana, or Dharma-vidya, based on which Krishna is expounding philosophy of life and action for every human being. We shall take up the subject next Sunday. As usual, there will be some announcement by Swami. Sankajānavramandaram Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Salutations to Krishna, the Supreme Teacher of the world, the dearest one of Devaki, the son of Vasudeva, destroyer of evil forces.